Thanks for joining me. This is Danny, and welcome back to my modded 1.12.2 series. Today, we are going to do some building. First big build in a long time, actually. So far, all of the builds in this world have been kind of rural themed. If you remember, we started out way back with this little garden house. This was something that was built on the first day. Just a really basic, simple build. Not particularly interesting. And I've kind of branched off from that because I've really liked the rural kind of orchardy feel in this, well, orchard biome. And then this house we built later, this is probably the most sophisticated build that we've got on the server so far, or in this world so far. And it's kind of supposed to look like a country house. A little bit more modern, but still kind of a country feel to it. And then this little kind of dirt road over here, or grass path, has very much a rural feel to it, almost like a backwoods kind of, I don't know, just a very rural feel to it. We've got like kind of pole buildings here, and that's been the theme. Now this next build that I want to do, I want it to be a little bit more modern, but I don't want it to be completely out of place. So here's what I'm thinking. These two gardens over here I want to get rid of, and perhaps we'll rebuild them at a future date. But what I have planned is a kind of a high-tech agricultural facility over here that's going to be almost, I'm going to set it up kind of almost like a hydroponic factory sort of thing. In the lobby area, we're going to have these. We're going to have our storage drawers, although I may go with a different style storage drawer just to kind of fit the build a little bit better. But instead of having our little roadside, our cute little roadside farmers stands, which you know are nice and cute and everything, but those aren't really going to fit where we're going now. So we're going to have kind of a lobby, and it's going to have all the wares that we're producing available for, you know, us to grab. Or really they're going to be available in our refined storage system, but whatever. I mean, that's just going to be for show. And then kind of surrounding that lobby and almost maybe sort of a U-shape-ish sort of thing, we're going to have kind of like chambers of greenhouse with a lot of glass and some just modern, maybe even retro-futuristic looking wings. And within those wings, we're going to be using a bunch of garden cloches. So this is the garden cloche from Immersive Engineering. Now, I've made it a lot more expensive in this pack because I feel like this thing is really, really overpowered compared to other gardening options. And but it's manageable. It's not something that we can't make. I mean, we can make a whole array of these things that are basically going to replace all the various things that we're doing in this farm. And then we're also going to have a bunch of bonsai tree setups using the bonsai tree mod. Like most of my build episodes, this is going to be partly third-person time-lapse, and then with some intersperse parts of me kind of making decisions and showing you what decisions I'm making and that sort of thing. Let's get started, and we're going to get started by tearing down these farms. Now I need to make some decisions about what blocks I'm going to use, so I've got a few ideas in mind. And I've kind of been brewing some ideas on how I want to lay all this stuff out too and all that. But I'm kind of thinking of sort of a modern look, but at the same time something that goes well with the country look. And I'm almost thinking like almost but not quite retrofuturistic. I've been using a lot of these blocks around here. These black terracotta, I'm using them up there. I used them in this greenhouse. We're going to kind of have two greenhouses near each other, but that's fine because this is the bee treehouse, and this is going to be our, well, our industrial farm. also looking at these white blocks, which I almost like better than the marble, although the marble is so cheap and we have so much of it. I really want to be able to use it, but I really like those white blocks for what I have in mind. There's also going to be a fair amount of green in, like, basically in vegetation. I'm going to have some vegetation and stuff going on in there. Oh, by the way, I did set up some auto crafting for treated wood, and it's really basic. I've got a, because as you might know, treated wood requires creosote oil, the stuff that we get from the coke oven when we produce coal. All I did is I just put a I put an external storage on the coke oven, and I have it set to fluids. So now it's just going to be able to have access to this. So then I created a crafting recipe up here. That's just 8 oak wood planks in 1 creosote oil bucket. And refined storage is smart enough to just be able to pull 1,000 millibuckets of creosote oil out of here and craft our treated wood. So we already have some here. And if we want some more, we go like that. You can see it has 1 bucket of creosote oil available. And there we go. And now if we look in here, we will see that we've lost 1 bucket of creosote oil. I want to have kind of a lobby in the middle. And the lobby is, it's going to have a centerpiece. And the centerpiece is going to have a tree in it. So it's going to end up being probably like a 3x3 grass area surrounded by, I was actually thinking marble, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking. I was actually thinking grass, but with a, I mean, I was thinking water, but with like a marble border going around the grass, and then we would have water going around the marble border. And then we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have the storage drawers in this area where we can look and see what we're producing here, and we can get access to it. Maybe it'll be behind it, like maybe on this back wall. And then around the lobby, we're going to have like probably like a door on each side that goes into kind of a chamber, and it's going to be a long, narrow hallway that basically wraps around the entire building. And along that hallway, probably like maybe 4 blocks wide. So the hallway will be 3 blocks wide, and then we'll have 1 block of machines going all the way around. And the machines will be cloches and other farming devices. decided I want to put a bunch of solar panels on top of our thing, so I've set up auto crafting for solar panels from Actually Editions. These things don't produce a whole lot of RF, but they'll look right there, I think. Gonna need 42 diamonds. Ooh. All this 19 blocks of iron to make into empowered Inori crystals, and now we're gonna have some empowering going on over here, I think. Oh, there's our diamonds. Here's what I've got so far. It's a little different than what I had originally intended, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So this is the exterior. I do want to do a little bit more work on the facade because I feel like it's not quite right, but just on the front part. Lots of windows, of course, because it's, you know, kind of a greenhouse. We even have a little bit of a stained glass window going on in the back there with a silly little design. We've got our solar panels up there with all the wires, and I did make some adjustments to my power draw over there so that it will only draw power from our canola farm when we have less than 11,000 RF. That way this has a little bit of buffer at the top where these guys will always be giving us power. Actually, these should not be full. They should all be empty. I'll have to look into that. In total, we're doing 328 RF per tick with all these solar panels, and that's at noon. So other times of the day, it's going to be doing less. I think what I'm going to end up doing is having our storage drawers kind of on one side here, maybe even like kind of behind a counter so that it has a feeling of being like a market, like a farmer's market. And then perhaps on the other side, or maybe along the back, we'll have all of our farming machines set up. So our cloches and all that kind of stuff. And of course I do have a few finishing touches that I want to add, some lighting and that kind of stuff. So I do hope you enjoyed this. Of course, if you do have any questions, comments, ideas, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be curious to see what you think of the build. Certainly not the most like detailed build that I've ever done before, but I think it's going to suit our build really well for what we're planning on doing here. In the next episode, we are going to be setting up our farm here and automating all that and setting it up so that we are going to be producing the crops that we need when we need them and not producing them when we don't need them. And then after that, we're going to get into some RF tools dimensions. So I do hope you join me for that. Of course, if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button and join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.